Men's hockey team this weekend turns home to play at the Kohl Center against Omaha. Friday at 7:30, Saturday at 8 o'clock. Friday's game is on ASN with Saturday's game on Wisconsin Channel. With that, we will take questions. Todd.
Todd's always number one.
Of course.
Can you update us any more about where your injuries are at going into this week?
Jarusik is progressing well. He's potentially going to skate. He won't have pads on, but he's potentially going to go on the ice. So that's a very positive sign from how significant that injury looked. Frederick will be skating as well. Whether or not he will be in practice yet is to be determined, but he'll be on the ice. And I think that's everybody. So other than that, we're a little banged up, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Back here on the left.
Just looking at scores, you guys have played really well against ranked opponents. Can you point to one thing as to why that is, or maybe more than one, I guess?
Well, I think we're a good team, one. Obviously, the team we played on Saturday night was either 1, 2, or 3, whichever polls you looked at. They were a top team. And after playing them, I know why they are. They're a heck of a team. We came out, and maybe we're a little intimidated by that to start. And when I say that, I think we kind of felt our way into that game. And then once we realized that we could have some success against them, we started to play with them and made it a heck of a hockey game. So I think we're gaining confidence. We're still learning a lot about our team. We're trying to get better each week. So when we have to play a top team as the season goes on, we'll be more prepared for that. I think Saturday's game was one that at the end of the game, you're kind of like, oh my gosh, had we just had a little better of a start, we probably would have beat these guys. And we finished strong. At the end of the game, their coach said that's as hard as any team's ever came against them, which was a compliment to us and a compliment to how our players battled through a pretty tough weekend. Because Friday's game at CC, we played as solid of a road game as you can, holding them to whatever 12 or 13 shots on net. Played really well, and we spent a lot of energy in that game. So I think it was, not, I guess, something that we didn't think might happen to start Saturday's game, being a little bit tired and drained from the night before. But what we did do was keep battle, and that was something that we should be proud of and gain confidence from, and realize that we're pretty close to being a good team.
Todd.
When you look at your even strength play, are you getting the quality chances that you would like to get? You're getting a volume of chances, but are they the hard enough chances that those areas you need to get to?
I think when you look at it as a coach, you always wonder, geez, can we get more net front traffic? Can we get more secondary shots and rebound shots? That's where a lot of the goals are scored, and especially when you play in top teams, you got to pay a price to score a goal. The last period against Denver, when we were desperate, we were there. We were in front of the goalie. We were taking cross-checks to battle for loose pucks. I think we could be a little bit better than that. I think every coach analyzes the game, and they always think, geez, we could have been a little bit better in that area. So we'll continue to work on that. We'll continue to make that a point of emphasis on any game plan. To win a game against a top team, you're going to have to, be standing in front of the net taking cross-checks and waiting for your opportunity for the puck to get there. And a lot of times the persistent players that can consistently, Wagner's one of them for sure, that's always in front of the net paying a price, waiting for his chance. We might be able to get better in that area as the season goes along.
Brian.
Did you think you'd have more production, even strength with the guys that you have in your lineup?
Well, I think the production the first few weeks seemed to be like things went easy for us. We scored a lot of goals the first few series. I still think those lines are, you take Fredericks out of the mix. Obviously, Trent had a big impact on the first few weeks of the season. So you make some adjustments line-wise, and maybe it's, caused us to not be as productive. But I still think we're creating a chance. I still think we're playing well 5-on-5. You look at the two games and you look at the quality chances you had on Friday. Their goalie was probably the #1 star. Last week we played Merrimack. Their goalie was a #1 star. The week before that we played Northern Michigan. Their goalie was a #1 star. So you're getting quality chances. Sometimes the other goalie has the answer to you. So the net front presence thing I was talking about is an area when that happens, we got to become more persistent and pay a bigger price probably to see if we can get an ugly goal or two and be able to find a way to solve a goalie or a great goalie or a goalie that's playing great that way.
Andy, you have a...
Tony, is there a player on this roster who reminds you of you?
Is that a trick question?
No.
Player that reminds me of me. The game was different when I played. I would get a lot of penalties in today's game. I know that. We don't have too many guys that get a lot of penalties, so no. The answer is no. There's football players, though, that remind me of me. And not Paul Chris walked in the room. If I could strap up and put a helmet on and football equipment, I'd be a good football player right now. I'd be so fired up to play for those guys. So the weekend, we're talking about the weekend and our hockey weekend. Our players and us as a staff were so fired up on Saturday. It was in between game time, or in between our afternoon lunch and our game where we were able to watch the football game. And for them to do what they did for us is a great inspiration. And we are trying to model ourselves on what the football program has done, on how they played, how they've accepted the challenges of playing a number one team. They've done it, 6 or 7 times already this year. We did it against DU on Saturday, and that was one of our themes. This is an opportunity. This is a challenge, similar to the way the football players responded to it. Let's make sure we stand up and be ready for that. So I think I didn't answer your question, but I like my answer better than what my answer was going to be for the other one.
Ryan? Oh, I'm sorry, Todd, I didn't see.
The lines that you had last weekend, did you see what you wanted to see out of them? Are you going to go back and
I thought they were better because I think the more reps they had in practice to get ready for the weekend was much better. The Friday's game, and you can say what you want about CC. That's as good of a road game as you can have no matter what team you're playing. We gave them nothing. They're at home. They're trying to get their season going. They played hard, and they couldn't get anything going. So our lines, all of them played really solid without the puck. They created a ton of chances. Probably could have had 7 or 8 goals that game. We ended up, having to hang on a 2-1 win. But it was an outstanding effort from all the lines. So real happy with that. And if you can throw Trent back in there soon, it would really help things and give us a little bit more offense and maybe able to spread that offensive through the top 3 lines.
Brian?
Challenges that Omaha presents, among them their power play. It's the best in the country. Have you seen a little bit of that?
A little bit of it. We're going to watch more game film as the week goes on. I think Dean Blaze traditionally is a coach that demands teams to be physical and strong and play a real aggressive game, so I would expect that out of them. But certainly when they have numbers like they do on the power play, it's something that we'll have to be ready for. I'm looking forward to the series because they're a solid team too. And I think every weekend you look forward to the challenge that's in front of you. They present maybe a few things differently, and that's one of them, especially teams that we have to be ready for, and we'll be ready.
Anything else? Todd, one more?
You've had some ups and downs from your fourth line in different combinations, and maybe that's a natural thing because some guys are going in, some guys are coming out. How do you try and get more consistency out of whatever group you're going to pull together?
Well, yeah, the 3 guys that were in the games both nights, Friday, Saturday, have been outstanding together as a unit. So they've been consistent. Zerbal, Freitag, and Cavallini have provided energy. They've drawn penalties. They've frustrated the other team's top players. They've created scoring chances. They've caused havoc at their net front. They haven't been able to produce yet, but their contributions on all the little things they've done in the game have helped us. And that's what you ask for. You ask for energy, and you ask for guys that can't wait to get over the boards to be part of it, and they've done that for us.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.